I'm so sad that BMW used to be special like this. This is a driving experience unlike most things.
This is not a normal car review. This is Steering Feel Review, my series where I talk about how cars feel. There is no car I've been more excited to drive on this series than this Z4. I've come close to buying one of these cars a few times. The thing that drew me to them is that people put the steering rack from Z3s into E30s, E36, E46 BMWs. It's well known that the Z3 steering rack is the best BMW steering rack, alongside the E46 purple tag rack. So I'm really looking forward to driving an entirely original example, stock suspension, stock alignment, stock everything. This just has an exhaust back box and some nice wheels. This is from the golden era of BMW, when they were still making the ultimate driving machine. I can't wait to do this. Let's get through this intro so I could drive it. An absolutely massive thank you to Jason for bringing this car down.
I only later learned Jason is a single dad who spent his free time to bring me this Z3 for this review. God damn it, I appreciate you so much. Teo and Harlow, huge shout out from Mick on YouTube. I'm giving you both a quest to make sure Dad never sells that silly blue car that the man on YouTube loved so much.
Without people like Jason and you guys that are watching, this review series doesn't exist. So I deeply thank you guys. This is a list of everything I test. Every one of those is a chapter down below, so you can skip to the section you're most interested in. This car has a wheelbase of 2,446 millimeters, still longer than any MX-5. It has a steering rack ratio of 13.9 to 1, and this is that special Z3 steering rack with the 2.7 turn lock-to-lock ratio, the one everyone really likes. None of the specs or the yap are really going to do this car justice. The only way we're going to know how it feels is by taking it out, starting with
spirited driving in a Z3. My day is made. I've driven this car for exactly 45 seconds. It's fantastic. End video. Feels like a machine. Every input is talking to me. Makes me want to drive it harder and find out where the limit is. I won't, but I want to. Oh. Don't let anyone ever tell you that these cars are slow. Slow needs to be deleted from the automotive dictionary. Oh, another second gear pull, let's go. Oh. If this is not your first episode of Steering Feel Review, maybe subscribe and leave a like. Let's get into the Steering Feel Review and break it down step by step. Step 1, directness.
Directness is a measure of how responsive the steering is, how quickly the car turns when you turn the steering wheel.
The level of directness of this rack is insane. That right there is the slop. I cannot really move this steering wheel. And then in the corners, I'll get into this in a little bit, the weighting is actually quite light, but it aids in the directness too, because you just feel like there's not a lot of resistance. It all comes together somehow. It feels lovely. The rack is incredibly quick. You don't need a lot of steering to get around corners at all. There's a reason people put these Z3 racks in other cars. They're razor sharp. The directness is fantastic. Okay, what about the weighting?
Weight is all about how light or heavy the steering is, and how that changes the harder you turn the steering wheel.
This is the type of steering I love. It's actually quite light. As you turn the steering wheel, there's like this natural weighting that builds up, but as a default, right here in the center, it's very light, easy to operate, and as a result, gives more feedback. You know, BMW, their whole thing these days in modern cars is just heavy steering, super heavy in sport mode. This is like a delicate steering. Little weighting that does come is giving you information about what's going on with the car. It's like it's all connected. God, that feels good, man. Do you know what? You push it a little bit harder and it does weigh up more. Unlike modern cars, which can only weigh up a specific amount as instructed by their steering computer, this is very natural in that the harder you drive it, the more it weighs up. The harder you turn, yeah, the more that steering wakes up. I like that a lot. Feels very natural and organic and real. Feels good doing this. The truth is, I'm probably not even driving it that hard. I think it can go faster. But at this sensible road pace, it's delicious to drive. Okay, what about the texture?
Texture is all about the feeling of the road through your hands.
There's some texture here too. The wheel is constantly buzzing with the feel of the road. The pebbles on the road, whatever it might be, I can feel it in my hands. When I'm turning, it's like I can feel the grip level that the car has. This steering wheel is connected to the tires, as it should be. This car does something I've not really experienced before, which is that it has so much of the texture. It's almost like the wheel's on a permanent vibration mode. It's kind of making my fingers tingle with how much texture it has. But for feeling what's going on with the car when you're driving spiritedly, it is elite. Compared to my MX-5 NC generation, it weighs up a similar amount, and it has a similar amount of texture. This car's steering feels very similar to my MX-5 steering. Compared to the newer Z4, it's more engaging. BMW went backwards in the name of making cars more comfortable and easy to drive, as they have been for the last 25 years.
Let's talk about normal driving.
Z4 on the motorway. It's a small car that's very sporty feeling and has a razor sharp steering rack. I don't think anybody expected this to be particularly settled. It's not. It's quite on its toes. It's quite flighty. Little changes in the steering really affect where we're going. At speed, there's very little dead zone. It's not a settled car. It's a sports car. There's a little bit of wind noise coming from different parts of the top. It's not the best. It's a little nervous. But it's what you would expect for a car like this. Z4 around town. We've put the roof down now because we're going to be at low speed for the rest of this video. At lower speeds, the steering has a slightly heavier edge to it. It's still just about able to be operated with one finger. It's not too stiff, it's not annoying me. It actually reminds me a lot of BMW Z4. I gave that car a lot of praise around town, and I gave the same praise to a lot of modern BMWs, which feel nice at these sorts of speeds. But this car does the same thing. It's light and easy. Like, this is not a challenging car to drive. I don't have to think much. It's a small car, so you fit well within lanes. What's the self-centering like? Definitely slow. Okay. What's a Z4 like to park? Well, it's tiny, and you can see out fantastically. I bet this is going to be quite good. Absolutely effortless. Steering's definitely heavier at parking speeds, but it's not annoying. Conclusion and scores. The car as a whole first. This is a Mick drives car. I have driven everything from Porsches and BMW M cars and fucking Jaguar boats and everything in between. This experience that I got today is what I enjoy about cars. There's an element to it of slow car fast. This is an engine that you can use all of more often than most cars. This is a gearbox you can use all of more often than most cars. This is a chassis that you can use all of more often than most cars. If I see one comment about how Z3s need to have 6 cylinders, I'm gonna lose my mind. Everybody says this about Z3. You guys are wrong. Objectively, this 1.9 with a fruity exhaust, fair enough, is a phenomenal experience. If you want a small sports car, you can do no better. Before I bought my NC, I went and looked at a 2.8 Z3 and also a Z3M. I didn't end up buying those cars because they weren't good. They were rusty and messed up. If I had bought one of those cars, I think I would have learned all the same lessons. I would have had the same worldview. I would have been making the same videos about the same things, because this car and that car are so similar. I will say the 2.8, you get a limited slip diff. That's the only benefit. So if you wanted to mess around in this car park now that is wet, you know. But the power difference isn't even that much, 140 or 180, who cares? It's like this, practically and realistically in real life is the same power. I should probably talk about the interior. This is lovely. This is what, a 30-year-old car now? It doesn't feel cheap and nasty and horrible. It feels good. Everything's so simple. Like, we had a joke about this earlier, but like, speed, temperature, wear. It's so simple. Even the clocks, they're beautifully simple. I'm gushing about this car. This car's fantastic. This car is so fucking good. What about the steering feel scores? This is an 8 out of 10 for spirited driving. The same as my car. But my car took suspension work, a lot of alignment work, including like hours undoing certain bolts to get more caster, and like just a lot of headache. I think out the box they're more like 7.5. This car is basically factory everything and feels like an 8 out of 10. It's incredibly direct. The weighting is quite good, and because it's hydraulic, it feels connected to the wheels in a way that electric steering never will. It has texture. It's communicating all the time everything that's going on with the road. This steering does everything well. Why is it not a 9 or a 10? Those cars are like outliers that communicate things I've never felt before. What about normal driving? This is where it starts to fall apart a little bit, but I'm not even mad about it. Around town, the car's lovely. I would have given this a 5 out of 10, which is average, if it was not for one thing, which is that it's quite nervous at higher speeds. As you get towards 70 miles an hour, it's almost like the front end gets lighter. The steering gets lighter. I don't know what's causing that. Similar thing happens in my car, so it loses a point there. So it's a 4 out of 10. It's not even that bad. My car's even worse. And my car's also heavier around town. My car is just worse. This is better. YouTube really wants you to watch this video next. If you enjoyed this episode of Steering Feel Review, check out the Steering Feel Review playlist. I would highly recommend watching the NC video, which is the very first video, and also the Z4 video. My name's Mick. I drive cars. Peace.